What's up, guys? It's Oscar from Skinny Fat Transformation here, and today I'm going to talk about bloating, stomach bloating. And this is an issue I had for many years, where I was waking up and then I was eating my breakfast, and then I would look at my stomach and I would see that it was very, very bloated. I pretty much looked pregnant, and it was, of course, causing me a lot of anxiety, and I didn't really want to leave my house because I looked maybe 20 or 30 pounds heavier than I actually am. And when I started adding body fat when I was around 11 or 12 years old, it just, it made it even worse when I had fat and bloating at the same time. So at the time I had a lot of bloating. I actually didn't know anything about diet and nutrition. I had no idea what was causing the bloating. And then I got into fitness and eating a lot of protein and so on. And actually, when I was eating a lot of protein and taking a lot of protein shakes, it just made my bloating worse because then I was getting constipated a lot. And if you have a lot of bloating, there's a few things you want to look into to fix that. One of them is stress. The second one is constipation. If you're getting constipated after eating a lot of meals, then it means you're eating foods that your body is not digesting well. So you basically need to experiment with cutting out some foods from your diet so that you can see if those foods are causing constipation and thereby bloating. And the last thing is to play around with your fruit intake and salt intake, because there are certain fruits that cause a lot of water retention and bloating, and eating too much salt can get you very bloated. So I'm just going to start with the first one, which is stress. A lot of people have digestion issues because they're getting stressed out and have a lot of anxiety. And one of the easiest ways you can actually fix that is by meditating for about 10 minutes per day. And meditating is very simple, but it's very difficult to get into, because if you aren't used to doing it, then can be very, very hard to just lie down and do nothing for 10 minutes. So the way I meditate is I just lie down in my bed for around 20 or 30 minutes each night. I put on some music, like meditation sounds, in my headphones, and then I just spread out my body in my bed, and I lie down and I relax, and I basically just focus on my breathing. So I only breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose as well. So I keep my mouth closed. And by doing that, I found that I get a huge rush, kind of like if you're doing something very exciting. That's how I feel after meditating. Basically, my heart starts beating faster and I feel very calm and relaxed. And I can go to bed and sleep well. And when I wake up the next day, I feel so calm and like I can make better decisions. And it also helped my digestion a lot to meditate. So this is definitely something that you should try out if you're having digestion issues, because many of them can be fixed simply by meditating for 10, 20 or 30 minutes each night. And the second thing you want to look into is if you're getting constipated a lot and you feel that you can go to the toilet, let's say 1 or 2 times per day and be done in 1 or 2 minutes, then it might be because you're eating foods that you can digest well. And the 2 most common foods that people don't digest well are dairy products like milk, cheese, butter, and milk chocolate and so on, and also whey protein powder, which is also a dairy product. And the second food group is wheat, because wheat is very hard to digest as well. So if you're eating a lot of bread and pizza and pasta, then those are also foods you should try to cut out. So what I suggest you do is that you try to cut out all dairy products and wheat products for just like 5 days to see what happens with your stomach. And if you feel much better, then you know that it's at least one of these 2 foods that are causing a lot of issues for you. So you can start experimenting with just having them out of your diet or adding one of them back to see if it's just one of them that's causing the issue. For most skinny fat guys that I train, I found that both dairy and wheat needs to be out of the diet, because skinny fat guys, we usually have bad digestion, because digestion and genetics, they go hand in hand. So if you have bad genetics for training and putting on muscle, you usually also have very bad digestion. So those are definitely 2 food groups that I'll cut out from the beginning, just to see how that works for you. And the next point is about salt intake and fruit intake. So if you're eating, let's say, a lot of watermelon, then you know watermelon has a lot of water inside. So if you eat a big portion of watermelon for breakfast, then you can get a lot of bloating and hold a lot of water in the stomach. So what you can do is to experiment with different intakes. So you can try to have just a few slices of watermelon, or maybe 6, 7 slices, and see how much you can get away with without holding a lot of water. And if holding a lot of water doesn't bother you too much, then don't worry about it. But for me, I get very, very bloated from watermelon, so I try to have it later in the day, maybe after dinner or around 8 p.m. That's when I have my watermelon, because I feel really good after having watermelon, but I don't want to be bloated all day, so I put it in the evening. And the next thing is salt intake. If you have high blood pressure, or your family tends to have high blood pressure, then you can try to reduce the salt intake, because people that have naturally high blood pressure, they usually hold a lot of water when they eat a lot of salt. So if you eat a lot of salty foods and prepackaged foods which have a lot of sodium, then what's going to happen is that you're going to hold a lot of water in your face, and you'll lower chest and stomach, and then you're going to look much, much fatter. So if you combine eating a lot of fruits with having a lot of salt and eating foods that you don't digest well, like wheat and dairy, and then also getting stressed out, then you have so much bloating going on in your body and so much tension and stress that you need to fix. So try some of these things and let me know if it works for you in the comments.